Rocket League champions.
I'ma keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning. Ooh. I'ma keep winning, winning. But you wanna go play yourself. I'ma keep. You can try to save yourself. But you wanna go.
What is this method?
You can try to save yourself. But you wanna go play yourself.
Yeah, you gon' need 100 men, 100 scopes, 100 cans just for you to watch what I'm doing under the sun again. God-given gift, MCs doing the running man. If you want me to get it poppin', may cost 100 pence. Yeah, what I supply is all the throne is mine, take that. 105 got the upper hand. I'm too real, can't fake that. Who you know putting fear in them like this? You a vampire, still suck when you bite this. Lord forgive me for my sins, I'm feeling righteous. But they been next to me to show me I might just. They didn't think I could do it, I had to demonstrate how the flow is so heavenly, keeping demons straight. Who they fooling? I showed them the jig is up again. When I asked them who is the best, they get this to stuttering. Tell them
I'ma keep winning, winning. I'ma keep winning, winning. Ooh. I'ma keep winning, winning. You can try to save yourself, but you wanna go play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you wanna go play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you wanna go play yourself. You can try to save yourself, but you wanna go play yourself.
I came this far, nothing can't stop me now. They knock me down, but they can't count me out. I can't lose, I won't lose. I can't lose, I won't lose.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Week 3 of the Ontario School Esports Association Rocket League Fall Season. I'm Nate Goes Live, joined once again by my friend and colleague Rage Quit Andy here in the booth.
Thanks, Nate. Pleasure to be here as always. The competition is starting to heat up as teams find their footing. We've already seen some incredible plays, close overtimes, and a few surprise upsets over the past 2 weeks. Tonight we've got another great lineup of Rocket League action featuring new matchups, fresh storylines, and plenty of chances for teams to climb the standings. Thanks for joining us tonight. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the stream to help us grow high school esports across Ontario. With that said, let's take a look at our first matchups of the night.
So coming up first in just a few minutes, Pickles Esports are up against the Whiff Wizards. Not sure that we've seen them play yet, so this should be an exciting one. We're just 5 minutes out from the start of this one, so go ahead and take the opportunity now to grab your favorite snack, lock and load, and get ready. We've got 9 games of Rocket League coming your way over the next hour and a half, so thanks for being with us. We'll be right back. Teams are taking the pitch. Team Pickles versus the Whiff Wizards in orange. Here we go, Andy.
And as we say that, here's Mr. Joshi going for a shot, hanging it off the near post under the crossbar. Really early on here, Mr. Joshi showing some nice control. Spenicus not able to get up in time. We've got ourselves a 1-0 game early on.
Always good to get that first goal in nice and early, 7 seconds in. Here's a kickoff. Your mom able to push things up towards the net. 2 defenders from Whiff Wizards blocking it with an aerial. Mr. Joshi with another great shot at the net. Spenicus couldn't quite get there in time. Jumped up for it, and the ball ended up bouncing low.
Yeah, just an unfortunate pre-jump here by Spenicus, not able to read it in time. And gets a touch of it, but goes in. 42 seconds left here in this 4th minute. Mr. Joshi with the reverse 1%er. Kachow up. Not able to get the touch they're looking for, but a pass over to Mr. Joshi, who's going to keep this one going. Runs out of boost. So Kachow able to make a bounce pass out. Nacho making this 3-0 early on.
Some really unique aerials from these Whiff Wizards who are kind of flipping as they aerial forward. It's really interesting to see. So 3 goals early on, just 30 seconds in. Here's a kickoff. Spenicus and not Pat pushing the ball straight into the Whiff Wizards' end and then sort of retreating, leaving possession to the Whiff Wizards. So Mr. Joshi now tries to get a shot on. It's defended at midfield. Kachow setting off the backboard. Teammates there. Here's the shot. And what an effort so far by the Whiff Wizards.
Yeah, unfortunately, Spenicus and your mom just kind of colliding there, trying to play some defense, taking each other out of the play, leaving not Pat to try and defend that against 3 attackers. Not much anyone could do there. Spenicus trying to get that one past the oncoming attackers as Kachow flips this one forward for Mr. Joshi, and Kachow misses that one right. Not Pat was there, able to make the save, didn't get credit for it, but strong enough defense. Your mom trying to get this one down into the attacking zone. Wisely heads on back. Not able to challenge Nacho on that one, but Spenicus able to drive that away, stalling an attack from our Whiff Wizards.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. Spenicus and your mom kind of bumping into each other. The ball getting cleared out and then bumped back into their own end. Now they're still dealing with that possession. Nacho trying to set something up. What a great pass by Joshi. And a beautiful team effort here on this goal as Kachow finishes the effort.
Yeah, that was Nacho just not getting the touch they wanted, but Joshi with a beautiful pass. Kachow just getting enough of it to bounce that one in. And we're at 5-0 pretty early on. Still plenty of time here for the Pickles team to make a dent in this lead as your mom blocking some attacks. Mr. Joshi now up on the wall, leaves that one. Not Pat's going to gather this one as Spenicus comes flying over the top. Now here comes the attack from the Pickles. Not able to get a pass over as Kachow playing some defense in the midfield. As your mom now takes that one off the car of Kachow. But Nacho going to play some defense also as Kachow sends this one back towards the Pickles net. A nice save there by Spenicus. And not Pat looking to make a pass over to a teammate as Spenicus pinches that one up. So Nacho having to do some aerial work to keep this one away from the front of their net.
Kind of watching Pickles team sort of get collected here. That was quite an onset to this match. Here's a shot from Spenicus. It's blocked, but now they're starting to put some attack plays together. 2 minutes on the clock, so they won't have much time to get 5 in, but of course it can be done. Here's Kachow and Nacho midfield, and 2 attackers from Pickles. Ball kind of gets mixed up and bouncing by itself for a little bit. Nacho slowly taking possession, handing it for Kachow. Your mom with an unfortunate bounce that's going to put it in front of their own net. clearing out, not far enough. Kachow, though, not taking the shot. They may be respecting a mercy rule here at 5 goals.
Yeah, that's what it looks like here. But Mr. Joshi having to make a save there as the ball comes close to in front of their net. Spenicus goes up, gets a nice touch on that, sets it up for not Pat, trying to drive one to the net. Kachow's going to steer that one away. Sends it back towards a teammate in front of the net. Nacho having to play some solid defense. Your mom not able to beat the defender to that ball as Spenicus now gathers it back in their attacking corner. Kind of uses not Pat as a decoy there so they don't get demoed. Nacho's up for this one, trying to corral it, getting a pass out front to a teammate. Your mom's going to clear that one away. Your mom keeps the pace up, pushing it to midfield. Kachow's just going to say no thanks. We'll keep that one down in your end. As Spenicus and not Pat look to gather something in the corner to bring into the attacking zone. Not able to get around Kachow, but your mom sends it all the way down. So Mr. Joshi now just trying to kill some time, I think, in the defensive zone, passing to some teammates. As Spenicus gets a nice little bump here, leaving a wide open ball for a teammate. Not Pat puts a shot towards the net. And Mr. Joshi's going to make that save. But your mom comes in, blocking it. Kachow wisely brushes that aside. And now Kachow and Mr. Joshi just kind of playing some keep away in their own end with just under 10 seconds left to play.
So we know how this one's going to end. A sweeping effort by the Whiff Wizards. Very impressive here. And a tough loss, really, for Pickles, who didn't quite seem to find their footing in that match. No problem, though. These are the types of matches that bring the best out of you and help you learn some new tricks. So I think if you're on Team Pickles, you're going back to the drawing board saying, okay, what do we do here with that amount of pressure from the Whiff Wizards? I think there was just a lot of kind of funny bounces and awkward moments where Pickles ran into each other, or a ball that was clearing out got knocked back in. So just maybe getting a rotation going, spacing out a little bit might make a huge impact in this one, because they did get a few attacking plays together and a couple shots on goal.
Yeah, still making the Whiff Wizards having to play defense, even though we were at that mercy rule. So kudos to both teams for keeping the pace up and trying to put an entertaining match on for us.
Maybe some player changeouts here. I'm not quite sure. The players are standing by to take the pitch for game number 2, as are we. And we usually jump back into the action as soon as we see players on the field, but they may be making some changes. I know a couple of these teams have larger rosters than others. Some teams we get used to seeing the same 3 players week to week. This season, I saw some teams that have 5 and 6 players on them. So with your mom taking the pitch, Mr. Josh and Nacho joining, let's get right back into the action here for game number 2 and see exactly what's going to happen. Off the kickoff, your mom launching one straight to the backboard of the Whiff Wizards, then missing the follow-up. That's left an opportunity for Kachow, who did the same thing, missing their own setup. And again, an unfortunate bounce here, affecting the Pickles team. Watch it and you'll see.
Yeah, just so unfortunate. They gather that boost and try and just get enough on it, but Mr. Joshi cuts the angle, and that's heartbreaking. Off your own vehicle and putting it off the post and in. As Kachow now looking to put a shot on, gets up. I'm not sure if it was a pass or Mr. Joshi just came in, but maybe wisely that they did, because I think the defense of our Pickles team was going to save this one until Mr. Joshi came in, redirected it, and now we've got a 2-0 game.
Kickoff here. Mr. Joshi clearing away after several players fought for it. Left wide open for Kachow. So 3 up already, 30 seconds in, and we're seeing just how much pressure the Whiff Wizards can apply to the Pickles.
Yeah, Spenicus just not able to get back in time to keep that one out. Got a touch on it, but just not able to keep it from the back of the goal. As this Whiff Wizards team proving not to be whiffing. As Mr. Joshi gets a really nice touch off that corner ball down to Kachow, who is in the perfect position. Not much this Pickles team can do here when you've got an offensive onslaught coming like this with just incredible car control.
I feel like I had, the Whiff Wizards are performing above my expectations even, just on paper. But, wow, are they ever organizing well and keeping the pressure on. Here's Spenicus, tries to get something up the side wall. A long shot at the net, cleared away by your mom. Sitting now at midfield, it's Nacho fighting for possession. Ball loosely bouncing at the center line here. Nacho scooping it up, looking to drive something from the side wall. Interrupted by one of the Pickles players, and that's enough to get it back over into the Whiff Wizards' end. Long clear from Kachow. It's going to bounce out in front. And a missed save, so getting by all 3 Pickles here, Nacho puts in the 5th goal.
Yeah, just an unfortunate read there by your mom going backwards at that ball, not able to get any piece on that, leaving Nacho a wide open net to shoot at. And the Whiff Wizards not likely to miss an opportunity like that. So now I've got Not Pat kind of going against Nacho, who sends a shot across the goal. Never really threatening. Kachow's going to pop this one up. Your mom wisely doesn't touch that one to keep this 5-0. As Kachow puts one in on his own net to make it 5-1.
Oh, that's
credit
something
going to
that
Not
happened.
Pat.
Yeah. Well, we take those. Yeah, not sure what Kachow was expecting there, but looked quite intentional. I mean, that could even things up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So kickoff, Nacho gets there quicker than Not Pat. 2 defenders in the Pickles end now, and they're probably going to need to put 2 on the attack moving forward. As a very organized Whiff Wizards team have a commanding lead still, even with the own goals taking place. Here's Kachow now, evening it back up. And all's right again. 6-1.
Yeah, just unfortunate no jump there by your mom, who lets off the throttle, doesn't keep pressuring Kachow, allowing them to have a wide open net there. See if they can play a little better off this initial opening, as your mom puts up a good threat. No pressure after the fact, though, as all 3 Pickles players seemingly going to get boost. As Kachow and Nacho try to work a passing play, but Not Pat with a really, really nice clear. Gets it off the post, not able to capitalize. So Nacho now sending it back to midfield. But your mom was there to make a nice block. Your mom puts a shot on, saved by Nacho. And the Pickles seemingly coming on a little stronger with some offensive pressure here, Nate.
Yeah, that's what it's going to take, too. Here's your mom, a long clear. Spenicus ready to move forward. Didn't quite get by the Whiff Wizards defense. Mr. Joshi off the backboards, collected by Spenicus. And chipped backwards towards Pickles. So your mom's going to scoop it up, bring it over the midfield line. Nacho trying to interrupt that attack, and does so effectively. Over the line goes Mr. Joshi. Nacho up trying to get a mid-air aerial pass. It just didn't end up coming together. Here's Kachow over the midfield line, leaving it, not setting up an attack here. Again, I think we are in the mercy rule zone here, so there's a clear from one of the Whiff Wizards preventing another goal from taking place.
Oh, your mom just missing that between a couple defenders. Kachow able to keep it out. Your mom makes a nice play there against Kachow, cutting that pass off. And now Kachow just kind of keeping this ball away from anyone else. Pass up to Nacho, who gets blocked by Spenicus, not credited with a save, but keeps that one out of the back of the net. As your mom now sends it back down into the corner. Kachow mishandles that one, but no Pickles player able to capitalize on that ball going in front of the net. As Nacho goes up against Mr. Joshi, maybe a little bit of miscommunication there. Not able to get the touch they're looking for. Spenicus now corrals it in their own end, and your mom gets it out past center, but Mr. Joshi scoops that one up off the sidewall and brings it back down into the attacking zone. Nacho running out of boost, it looks like. Not able to get that one down into the Pickles end, so Spenicus able to send it almost to the back corner, where Mr. Joshi able to kind of bring that one from the back end into the midfield. Not Pat and Spenicus, maybe trying to gather some boost in their thoughts here to maybe get this one to a 4-goal game. But Kachow and Mr. Joshi just kind of playing pass back and forth to each other. We got 1 second left, the ball's up. Spenicus not able to get there. Your mom just a touch late, and that's how this one ends. 6-1.
What an effort. Just looking at the scorecard there, Kachow and Mr. Joshi, 4 shots apiece. 3 goals for Kachow, 2 goals for Mr. Joshi. So quite an effort from the Whiff Wizards. And Pickles, get the points for playing. Don't forget, teams play all 3 games. It's not a best of 3. The final score, it matters how many games you played. And so it's very important to stick it out, even in a tough battle like this one. It'll be interesting to see what Pickles' team brings here in the 3rd match after a couple really difficult games and a lot of attack brought by the Whiff Wizards as we go into Game 3 here.
Kachow speed flipping into that one. Your mom running a little bit of defense there. Good block out front on Nacho. Nacho, who was lining up a shot, gets a pass over to Kachow, who can't quite get that one to the net. So Spenicus going to send this one down. Has to be gathered by Mr. Joshi, who's going to bring this up off the sidewall. Tries to go for a musty flip, mishandles it, can't get the pass over to Nacho, so Kachow's going to grab this one. Now trying to send one for a double tap off the back wall, sneaks it underneath the crossbar, and that's our first goal. Just over 30 seconds into this one.
Well, great mechanics here. Kachow with a full tank of boosts. Up off the ceiling, the backboard, and then the hood of their car getting the double touch. Very difficult, and it was a pretty high chip to begin with, so I was impressed that Kachow was able to catch up and gain possession of that. Here's your mom at the center line. A long shot off the crossbar, and that's in for a tie game.
Oh, great job by your mom reading this one, beating all the defenders off the post, and we've got a tie game. Don't look now, but this Pickles team causing some issues for our Whiff Wizards. As Mr. Joshi brings this one off the sidewall. An unfortunate defensive mishap there between your mom and Spenicus as they take each other out in front of the net, giving Mr. Joshi a wide open corner to put that ball in. 2-1 for the Whiff Wizards.
Face off all the way back into the Pickles end. Nacho taking their time up for the aerial, trying to play the backboard here and get a pass out front. It goes all the way across and now into the opposite corner, but Nacho's still holding on to possession here. And a very interesting pass out to Joshi, who gets a shot, but it is cleared away by your mom. And now the ball bouncing at midfield. It's Joshi collecting. Can that shot drop down in time? Almost. Follow-up does put it in from Kachow.
Yeah, really nice patience here by Kachow, not trying to go for the shot immediately as you see defenders. So kind of putting it back towards where they came from, because as you and I both know, so hard to hit the brakes while you're driving in this game when you've got so much open net in front of you. You're not expecting the back shot. as Spenicus and Nopat trying to play a little defense against Kachow. This ball pops out to the middle. Mr. Joshi missing that one, so Spenicus kind of running a little defense, blocking a couple attacking Whiff Wizards as Nacho now tries to bring this one in, but not Pat says no thank you. As this Whiff Wizards team not scoring at will like we've seen in the past 2 games.
Yeah, a little bit of breathing room here, and some hope for Pickles. I mean, you know, we're now up to a 3-goal lead, but they're answering back. We're seeing more attacking plays come together, and this is what I'm talking about, where you start to climatize to the other team. And so I think Pickles are starting to find their footing and put more attacking plays together. Here's Nacho heading up the corner, got a full tank of boost, looking for a teammate. This is going to drop down in front. And what a play, Mr. Joshi found it.
Yeah, what a really nice nice play here by Nacho, getting that pass out front. Probably trying to drive that one in themselves, but Mr. Joshi making the right read. 5-1, 3 minutes left here in this third match of our first game of the evening. As Mr. Joshi wisely plays the patient role there, getting it past the defender. Nacho not able to get the reverse goal they were hoping for there, as Spenicus and your mom keeping that one out of the goal. Unfortunately, all 3 Pickles defenders kind of taking everyone out of the play there, leaving Joshi the ability to come and chip that one over, and it's now 6-1.
Halfway through the game, this is a great little play by Joshi, who rolls the opposite way. Started off with a pre-jump rolling left, mid-air change direction to turn it into the perfect angle for a shot. 2:29 on the clock. We're going to see a little shift here as Whiff Wizards probably are going to start playing a little bit of keep away. We saw them respect the mercy rule along the way, but nothing says that they can't maintain possession, I guess, as long as... Well, actually, I think the mercy rule is playing defensively, isn't it? So I don't know if keeping possession...
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. You just play defense until a goal is scored against you.
Right. So we're hovering at the midfield here. Kachow with Nacho. And we've got 3 Pickles players kind of swarming and hovering around their defensive zone. Not Pat isn't able to clear that one away. It's your mom out in front by themselves, does a little aerial, and Kachow going to bring it back into their end and see if someone else wants to do something with that ball. Here's Spenicus heading over the center line, not for long. Kachow now sending that one back. A quick pinch from your mom. It's going to go off the corner. Maybe a chance here for Spenicus. All 3 Pickles players just sort of bouncing around that one. No shot took place, and now Nacho's going to clear it back into the Pickles end. Bouncing towards the nets. Off the post and cleared away by your mom.
Yeah, good thing your mom was there, keeping that one out, keeping this a 6-1 game, as Nacho kind of gets a pinch against Mr. Joshi. Accidentally sends this one in front of the net. Kachow able to clear that away. No Pickles player is able to get enough control of this ball, as the Whiff Wizards kind of playing keep away here. Mr. Joshi's going to let this one bounce over 2 defenders. Spenicus making a nice save there on a ball headed towards the goal. Mr. Joshi and Kachow both up. And that one's going to drop over a couple defenders to make it 7-1 with just under 30 seconds left here to play.
What a drop here, by the way, that angle. One of the toughest angles to defend, just straight down and in along the crossbar. So 24 seconds left. Let's talk about the next matchup, which should be starting any minute now. We're a little bit late, so to give anyone watching a warning, we'll go into a quick standby after this one. There's a goal for your mom rolling in, so score now 2-7. Not going to be enough time on the clock for Pickles to to get a win on the scorecard here, but they're certainly getting all the points for the games played. So we'll take a quick standby after this match, jump into the next matchup, and as soon as it begins, we will bring it to you. It's possible that with us casters not in the lobby right now, that's holding it up a little bit. So that's all for this one with Whiff Wizards sweeping the Pickles team with a really impressive performance. Mr. Joshi and Kachow and Nacho playing very well together. And we'll jump straight into the next matchup here. Let's take a look and see who we've got coming up next. Should be Golden Bears versus Rustscapes. So you got just a few minutes to refill your drink, get your favorite snack. Whatever you got to do, we'll be back in just a few minutes here with the next matchup, slated to start a minute ago. So without any further delay, we'll be right back with you. Well, technical difficulties keeping us out of that match. We're going to pivot so you can watch something in the meanwhile. We're going to jump into a different game. And I believe the teams are OCVI Redhawks. Who's the other team, Andy? I forget.
Got our Bay Ridge Blazers in blue taking on the OCVI Redhawks in orange.
There it is. So not what we promised. Here we are at Champions Field, and we think we're going to tune in for the third game. We don't really know how many games they've played, but they're just about to take the pitch. So we'll see. Maybe if we get lucky, there's 2 games. Probably going to see 1, and then we'll get back to our regular scheduled program. I'd like to thank you for hanging in. We realize that sometimes these things happen, so we're always just ready to pivot here. Speaking of which, I've got the loading Wheel of Death in my game right now. Oh man, you can't plan these things. Let me relaunch real quick. Darn, I had timed it out so I could show everybody the kickoff and everything. Anyways, these 2 of the stronger teams in this league. I'm not sure. I haven't checked the standings this week, Andy, but OCVI Redhawks, one of the top teams.
It's actually our top 2 teams, the Bay Ridge Blazers versus the Redhawks.
Okay, there you go, the 2 top teams. So you can imagine there's going to be some fast-paced action here.
Yeah, both undefeated, but one team, the Redhawks, had a bye that first week when we had an uneven number of teams. So technically tied, but Bay Ridge have played more.
I was really hoping to get everybody in for the kickoff of this game, but that's the first time that my game has crashed during a broadcast. It not really crashed.
Yeah, the lobby went down, it appeared as well. So they just started back up because I just got back in. They've been playing for 15 seconds.
All right, well, now I'm having technical difficulties. All right, bear with us, folks. Hang in there. All right, everybody, here's what's going on. I gotta reboot this machine. I can't relaunch Rocket League now. Gonna have to start the stream over. So this second match is a write-off for us. We're gonna reboot, try to get back in time for the third matchup, which starts in about 8 minutes. So thanks for bearing with us. Sorry for the tech issues, but we'll be back in just a few minutes on this channel, on this stream, with the final matchup of the night. Thanks for hanging in. We apologize for the delay. Well, it was a little bit of a battle getting here, but here we are. Game 3 of the night. Kobe Esports battling it out with the Savage Wheels, who are in blue, Kobe in orange. Glad to be here back in action again, Andy.
Yes, as we got Scopey trying to get a pass down to Weenie Hut Jr. That one just sails wide. AJ's going to bring this one off the sidewall. Sees they have Silky across, tries to get a pass across. Good defense by this Kobe team early on as Jaden has to back off. as Scopey leaves that one for Ovsky, who gets a nice floaty shot from midfield, beats a few defenders, and that's going to be our first goal of the game, Nate.
This was a great shot. Ovsky getting just underneath it enough to chip it over everybody, and most of the players were screened, so Savage Wheels maybe didn't get a good opportunity to stop that one. Kickoff, Silky running into a wall there at center field. It gave Weenie an opportunity to bring one in. Quick shot from Ovsky is blocked by Jaden. And we're still here in the Savage Wheels end. AJ trying to clear this one out, get an attack started. Maybe put a goal in respond. Here's Suffix. Silky Suffix putting one on the net, followed up by Jaden just above the crossbar. So the shot's registered, nothing over the goal line though. AJ with a great save there. As we're back now in the Savage Wheels end, trying to get out and get an attack going.
Yeah, a couple of Kobe Esports players ganging up on that side wall there, as Ovsky's going to corral this one at midfield. Silky wasn't able to get enough over there. So Ovsky sends one down. AJ wisely clears that away. Scopey not able to get a touch on that ball as Jaden sends it down back into the Kobe Esports end. Silky gets bumped off the sidewall, kind of stopping whatever attack they had going as Jaden has to retreat. AJ tries to come in, but Scopey wisely sends that one down towards the opponent's net. Ovsky gonna bang one off the top, trying to get there for Weenie, who not able to beat Jaden. So Kobe having to regroup as Jaden tries to put a shot on. Silky Suffix gets a pass out to a teammate as Jaden just doesn't get the touch. So Scopey now gonna bring this one down to a teammate in midfield. And Weenie puts a shot towards the goal. Not able to get past some defenders, but they bump into each other from the Savage Wheels end, giving Scopey a great opportunity to get a pass over to a teammate, but corralled by AJ in the midfield. Goes for a flick, beats two defenders. Silky gets another tap off the back wall. That's banged out by a defender to midfield. Jaden gets a nice touch. Silky gets a soft play, but it goes towards the net, and a great save by Weenie Hut as the Savage Wheels team tries to even this one up.
Seeing the offense come together here for Savage Wheels. 2 minutes on the clock. And in the corner, it's Weenie putting a block up against Silky. And the ball ends up at midfield, cleared quickly into the Savage Wheels end. It's back at midfield after a high bounce off the wall. Great shot from Scopey. Slowly floated. It was Silky up to make the save. And as the attack continues here from Kobe, Ovsky's looking to get another shot. Leaves it on the side wall for AJ. Over to Jaden across midfield. Back to Scopey coming in now. Jaden clearing it quickly away, but we're just battling for possession here. Nobody getting past the offside line. Weenie off the backboard. Second follow-up by another Kobe teammate, and all three players coming together to get this second goal.
Yeah, really nice team play here as Weenie misses that touch. Scopey kind of taking out a couple defenders as they go flying in to knock that one above the crossbar again. And Ovsky making no mistake, making this 2-0. We had a long time there without a goal. Chances at both ends. Bunch of saves by the Savage Wheels, but good pressure from both sides as Scopey trying to get a flip reset, not able to beat Jaden, who plays that perfectly to keep that one out of the back of the net. As Weenie Hut can't corral that one, Scopey's going to send it wide, trying to get a pass out to a teammate, gets bumped by Silky, which causes both, Kobe Esports teammates to overplay it, and now we've got the Savage Wheels making a little press into the Kobe Esports end as Jaden gets a nice touch out to the middle. No teammates with them, but AJ gonna corral at midfield, trying to get something off the back wall to Jaden, who comes in, but swept away by the Kobe Esports side.
Well, starting all over here, Silky on the back wall, trying to avoid Ovsky, who is floating in front of the Savage Wheels net. Long pass. Silky crossing the midfield line in possession, looking for a teammate. Loose tank's empty. It's down in front and cleared away quickly by Ovsky with urgency as Weenie Hut clears over the midline. So this one's going to end a 2-0 game by the looks of it for the Kobe Esports team, but an exciting matchup nonetheless. And a great first game. Sorry.
Couple bounces that went the way of the Kobe Esports team. But as you can see by the shots and saves, this really could have gone either way.
Yeah, 4 shots for Obsky. Kind of leading the charge.
6 shots total there, I think, for the Savage Wheels team. So
it was.
Having to make a bunch of saves either side could have went either way.
Well, players already on the pitch here. Savage Wheels in blue, making a player swap by the looks of it. Same lineup for Kobe.
Yeah, our Savage Wheels team bringing in Elite Fragger. So we got Elite, Jaden, and Silky going up against Scopey, Weenie, and Ovsky. As Scopey makes a play off Silky, doesn't quite beat the crossbar. As Jaden now tries to get this one out of their own end. As Weenie Hut makes a nice touch between 3 defenders, getting a pass over to Scopey, who makes no mistake by tucking that one under the crossbar. Got ourselves an early lead here for the Kobe Esports team.
Yep, they're just getting up a little bit sooner on a lot of these challenges, and it's making a world of a difference, certainly possession-wise. Here's the kickoff. Jaden up against Weenie, who dragged their feet a little bit and ended up with possession. Ball now in Kobe Esports territory. Weenie Hut getting a funny bounce, able to recover on the ground and pinch. And what a great aerial play by Weenie, bringing it all the way down. Elite Fragger here trying to clear this thing out of the corner. Ovsky with a funny angle and nails it. What an aerial play.
Yeah, really nice car control here. Unfortunate touch there by Elite Fragger. Doesn't quite get all of the ball that they were hoping for, and that's going to leave Ovsky kind of wide open out in front. 2-0 here, just over 4 minutes. Silky can't get past Ovsky, but they turn around, allowing Elite Fragger to go up and fake that possession. Kind of making 2 defenders miss there. As Silky runs out of boost, so not able to continue the attack there, but does get it away from the oncoming attacker in Ovsky. As now Scopey, Ovsky, and Weenie Hut have to go on the defensive from Elite's shot that's not credited, but Scopey gets a nice save to prevent any sort of ongoing attack there. Elite Fragger gets a little touch out to Silky, who brings it up and over their own net.
And here's
my
a shot.
connection just dropped.
Yeah, you too. Silky up in the corner, clearing out front. Jaden taking over. They're looking to get an attack started here. It's cleared back over the center line by Ovsky, who's leading the charge. Funny bounce off Silky's car and getting a bump from Ovsky. That might help them clear. Scopey now trying for a ground pinch. Got it, but it bounced up and over. What a cool play. Didn't quite come together. That's fortunately for the Savage Wheels, who are still looking to get on the scoreboard.
Ovsky just tries to dive that one in. Great save there by Silky, keeping this a 2-0 game, but Scopey kind of lurking in the wings makes them pay for kind of just sitting there on the goal line waiting for the play to develop in front of them. So 3-0 for the Kobe Esports in our second game of this matchup.
Back corner, Silky, long clear, follows it up, tried to redirect it during an aerial towards the net. Didn't quite happen, but looked like it had the potential as we crossed the halfway mark in this game. And cleared all the way back, so Silky on the back wall again. Gets by Scopey, stopped at midfield by Weenie Hut, who's putting a wall up. A long shot from Scopey, and that finds the back of the net, almost from midfield.
Yeah, I think Weenie Hut was in the goal here, I thought maybe they were going to jump up and save it as they jumped, but they wisely went, oh wait, this is the attacking end, allowing that goal to go through. We got Silky and Jaden doubling up on that one, trying to get a little something going off the all-important kickoff as Scopey's going to grab that one from a nice aerial coming from midfield. Elite Fragger making a really nice save as Silky now trying to get over Scopey, trying to make a pass over to a teammate. Doesn't quite have anybody there with them. And now Ovsky kind of has an open net, just has to get underneath Jaden. And we've got a 5-0 game.
And so Kobe Esports may be looking at a second win here in this series. This is game 2 of 3. Jaden just fought that all the way to the end. Couldn't quite get in front of it. 5 goals, a tall order for a minute 52. Stranger things have happened. Here's Silky up in the air, fighting Weenie Hut, keeping the next aerial play from happening. And a little bit of a mix-up there as Elite and Jaden sort of end up going for the same shot. Big bump there on Elite Fragger, who got knocked off their wheels. Silky collecting in their own end, trying to get past the first defender. Managed to do so, but kind of gets spun around as Scopey did some sort of brush-up drive-by thing that really knocked that opportunity off.
Here's Silky now trying to corral this one, but we got Elite Fragger and Jaden kind of bumping into each other over top. So now Silky able to get one flip, can't beat the 2 defenders in Weenie and Scopey. As Silky, Elite, and Jaden kind of throwing everything they have at this one, just trying to get something on the board. Scopey not able to get that one away from Silky, who puts a shot towards the goal. Ovsky having to go up to make a nice save. Weenie Hut just sends that one back into the Savage Wheels corner. And Elite Fragger now going to bring this one off the sidewall. Trying to get it past a couple defenders. Gets it by 2. Not able to get the second touch. So Weenie Hut able to get that back down into the Savage Wheels end. Silky not able to get around defender who comes all the way up. Scopey just trying to keep this one inside the Savage Wheels end. We got 10 seconds left in this match. The Savage Wheels just trying to find some sort of spark to maybe carry over to our next match. But that's how this one ends, in a 5-0 defeat as the Kobe Esports team takes game 2.
Yeah, and what an effort, by the way. A lot of great defensive plays there in the Savage Wheels end. Saw a couple really close saves. I guess for both teams, really. 6 shots from Scopey. So Scopey leading the charge. Ovsky 3 shots themselves, with 2 of them being goals. I'd like to thank you for tuning in tonight, hanging out. Andy and I love being here. We love watching the Rocket League games, and the players sure give us a great show week to week. We'd like to thank you for hanging out. Make sure to click like and subscribe on the OSEA YouTube channel, and join us again next Wednesday. We have another match to go here, but just reminding you that we're back next week as well. Love to have you along. You can also share this stream with a friend on your favorite social media platforms to help us grow Ontario esports in high schools. Here we go, game number 3. And a kickoff. Starting strong for Savage Wheels, but ends up in the hands of Ovsky, who's trying to flick one in. They got by all the defenders, but it stayed wide. Weenie Hut trying to chip one out as a follow-up play. It didn't come together. As all the players now sort of battling for quick possession here in the Savage Wheels end. Elite Fragger and Jaden mixing up a little bit in the corner. Jaden couldn't quit by Scopey. Here's Ovsky at midfield. Gets a funny aerial bounce. Trying to follow up. It's slowly bouncing at the net. Jaden making a must save. And again, another great pass here from the corner from Ovsky, who's keeping the attack going. Kobe Esports still on the attack here. Here's Weenie Hut finding the backboard. Can't get the double touch. A mix-up play just in front, and Ovsky credited for a shot out of it. As we're at midfield here, Ovsky slowing things down, taking possession. Chipped off the hood of their car by Jaden. And Silky tries to get a shot in, blocked by Scopey. That's going to get in front of the Savage Wheels end. And Scopey following up to get the first goal of this game.
Yeah, all three Savage Wheels players stuck behind Scopey there as they're aggressively trying to score. They're putting a strong offensive pressure on there as this Kobe Esports team gets the first goal of this third match with almost a minute and a half played, as Weenie Hut gets a nice pass out to Ofsky, who kind of tricks everybody out and goes far bottom corner on this shot. I think the Savage Wheels team were expecting more of a high crossbar type shot there. And just like that, we've got a 2-0 game, as Silky now gets a really nice kickoff, but that's blocked by Scopey, who gets a pass over to Weenie Hut, who pops that one high. Oski comes in over top and drops that one in for a 3-0 game.
Yeah, if you play Rocket League, I hope you're taking notes here. Look at the team play. Everybody working together, great rotation here, and that worked out. 3:35 on the clock, 3-0 for Kobe Esports. Kickoff straight to the sidewall. Somehow Weenie Hut able to get up, somehow finding the second touch. Beautiful play, but it bounces high and wide. Scopey was there, just couldn't turn it into anything. And, you know, Savage Wheels looking a little bit like it's panic mode. All three players going up for that last save together, feeling the pressure. This one fortunately bounces by in front of their net. Jaden on the back wall. And unfortunately, their clear ends up being a pass out to Weenie Hut, who was waiting to shoot.
I've said it many times, but any chance you can take to, or anything you can do to not have the ball go in front of your net is usually the better play. You're just asking for somebody to come flying in and jam that one right in. 4-0 here. Ovsky now going to collect that pass from the kickoff, trying to bring this around a couple teammates. Gets a really nice flip pass out, but not able to connect with Weenie Hut, as Elite Fragger has to go up and play some defense off the midfield. Silky able to make a save off that one, and a really nice block there by Ovsky to stop that attack from continuing any farther. Jaden not able to get there, gets bumped out of the way. Here's Ovsky having to play some offensive defense against Jaden, who sends this one across. All three Savage Wheels players heading towards this one, as Jaden gets in front and bumped away by Silky, and Ovsky is just going to play patiently and take that one into the net for 5-0.
Well, great. I thought it was an intentional bump. It wasn't, but it sure was effective, leaving just enough room. So now with a 5-goal lead, we should see Kobe Esports move into a defensive position here. Maybe dump and chase or something similar. And hopefully the Savage Wheels are able to take advantage and get something on the board here. Scopey, though, still bringing one at the net, cleared away by Silky. Ball bouncing over the midfield line. The majority of Kobe team just sitting and waiting. In the back corner here, Silky off the sidewall. Elite Fragger ready to help out. Silky down in the Kobe end. A great shot there by Elite Fragger. It hit the goalpost, or the crossbar. Scopey with a long clear. It's out in front of the Savage Wheels end here. Scopey still rolling along here. Just playing keep away a little bit. Looking for a ground pinch. That doesn't happen. And losing possession as Scopey kind of bouncing along with an empty boost tank. Jaden and Elite Fragger now looking to head forward and create an attack.
Yeah, putting a pass towards the net. Nobody with them. Maybe some intentional defense there by the Kobe Esports team. So Elite Fragger getting a nice touch, jumping over Scopey. Scopey having to make a save as Ovsky sends one pass back. Little miscommunication there by the Savage Esports team, as Jaden and Elite Fragger kind of play in the same position, as Ovsky's going to corral this one back and puts it into their own net. to make this one 5-1.
Yeah, what an effort, Jaden and Fragger trying to force that one in on their own, and then kind of a misclick there. Ovsky wasn't able to keep the ball rolling straight across their net. 37 seconds left on this one. Likely going to be a sweep for Kobe Esports, who have played an aggressive match here, and we've seen some great plays from both teams better. A lot of strong defense from Savage Wheels. Here's Silky in the corner, maybe looking for one more. It's stolen away by Ovsky, who puts it out front. There's Scopey driving in at full speed, and they just look. Kobe just looks like they're running in the fast gear here.
Yeah, you look at Scopey almost pre-jumping that between two defenders. Looks to me like some communication issues going on over at the Savage Wheels side. Just kind of having two players going for the same ball, which is never good when you're going up against a strong team like the Kobe Esports, who seems to have their communication dialed. As Silky puts one in as a buzzer beater goal to get this down to 4 goals. Really nice patience and good defensive play in front of the net by Elite Fragger to make that chance happen. And that's how this one's going to end, with Kobe Esports taking all 3 of those matches.
Well, an exciting week of Rocket League. As always, big thanks to the players for making it all happen, putting a show on for us. Thanks to the coaches for being there to lead the teams through it. From myself, Nate Goes Live, and my colleague, Rage Quit Andy, we'd like to thank the Ontario School Esports Association for organizing the whole thing, and you for tuning in and watching. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll be back again next week for Week 4, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Don't miss it. Set a reminder. We'll see you there next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care.